Welcome to Yeshiva Daf. We're holding Bava Daf Kuv Base. The Shir sponsor Nishma Sami Akashom Le'avas Yitzchok. We're starting in the first line in Daf Kuv Base Amudal. Omav Kal. Ve'etzim la'asok katanoi. This idea of etzim la'asok katanoi. There's a few shittas in the Rishonim. How to understand what the Gemara is going to try to say now. Let's see how Rashi says. Rashi says here. Rashi brings what is etzim la'asok katanoi. He says Rashi. Second Rashi on the page. Ikul mandova stam etzim la'asok kanidnu ve'lo chaylu shvis afilu etzim l'mashal. Some say, like we just said before, that wood is meant to be used for burning, and then you enjoy it after it's consumed. Some say no, we don't say the most word like that, and at least etzim the mashal will not. That's what Rashi learns over here. Rashi in Sukkah, as Tosfos brings over here, says a little differently. He says over there that any wood, according to this Rashi by us, it depends. It goes in your das. Do you want to use it for Asaka, or do you want to use it for Mashal? That's so we have a chlikas tonight. One time it says they are all for Asaka. You can have another Mashal. The second one, well, depends on your das. Rashi and Sukkah wants to bring that every single wood is not considered to be la'asaka. Why? Because we'll see a mandama that holds that we don't have that rule. There's no rule that it has to be consumed after, it has to be enjoyed after consumption. So that's what we're going to see. Let's see the machlokas tonight and go into it. So Gemara says, the Tanya, you don't give fruits of shvita, you can't use it for a different type of laundering. Mishra and kfuso is Mishra, as Rashi explains, you put the flax into it, and kfuso is to clean it. He says you could use it. My time the bonus reason rabbanon. I'm like, oh, the Mishra. It has to be for eating purposes, not for other things. You can do it for anything you want in Shvita. It says Lachem. Lachem do with the Lachla. It has to be similar to Achla, that you're enjoying and consuming at the same time. So Mishra Ksus is different because there are no, it comes after the beer. It's something more of it says Lachla has to be eaten. For the following bracelet. Lugma is that you take the fruits and put it on a bandage and put it on a person who's sick. Maybe it's going to exclude lugma. Maybe it's going to exclude laundry. It says lachem. It's included. It's going to exclude lugma. Why are we saying kfusa yes, but lugma no? Having a kfusa show because the kfusa anybody enjoys kfusa. Because only if someone who's sick needs to put the bandage. Says more Kimana Hazar the Tanya, how does it go the following braiso? Lo Yichlav Lilim Lukmo, Lo Yichlav Lilim Ziluf, Lo Yichlav Lasui Ben Appetizing. So Lo you can't do really, we have a list of things that only some people enjoy, not everybody enjoys it. But Lukmo is only for the sick. Ziluf is to sprinkle wine, it's only for people that are very rich. Which is also someone who's sick needs to vomit to use the appetizing. Let's go to the basic. The carbon he can have mishur fuso. If it's abundance, you have also you're not allowed to use it for laundry. So here comes the point. So the question is, what does the BAC hold? Does the BAC hold that I don't have a din of mishanos and birushavim? It doesn't hold that the consumption and the enjoyment has to be together. And really anything that you're using even after the beer, which will be out kedusha shvis, like wood for burning, or it basically agrees that you have to do the same time. Just there are some things that have a din of that if you have whatever you enjoy and consume at the same time, so then it's going to be okay. So Rashi Sukkah says he holds no problem. That's a push-up shot. And that's what he says over here that that the Rashi makes a lot of sense. He doesn't have the drasha, but Rashi over here learns that he does have the drasha. Why? Because he holds that if you look at Rashi, Vayim Tanoi, Tanoi, it started at the beginning of the line close to the middle of the almond. Rashi said, I need to know. What's the Mechlik to name? Rabbanan Savi stop there is la'achila. Regular food is meant for eating. That's why you have Gdish Shvis. The cold door shall also be Yeshiva Chayla. Hikar afil l'tel mishu kviso lo me'ani machshava. Rashi is different the whole sugyo. So if I did it for laundry, it doesn't help. I can't change the designation. Let me have it like for shlokim late in the mishtaru. Doesn't stand by halacha. You can't use it for kviso because it's meant to be for eating. Al pirush tam la'achilum shas tziyos v'chad dusha. To la'ayin machshava la'afkur, you can't take it away. V'asum mishu kviso. The ain't meaning the shvis ela no doim la'achilum. You can only enjoy achilum. The kabeitzim nami, similar with wood. Stam eitzim la'asokri is meant to burn. For like chayla, for like eitzim l'mashchal is a chal, even on wood which is meant for mashchal. What does he say? You don't say it's for shul achilum. U'mi'ani u'machshava. Machshava works in it. Like funny, the heicha the liktom the misho when you did it for misho. Havadon shalosh achiburu v'lechal shvis. Kachamat said the yesh t'shos achim. So Rashi learns because it depends on your das what you want to do with it. You know why you can use fruits for mishra kfusos according to Rashi al limud haresi? Not because you're allowed to use the fruits of shmita for mishra kfusos, but because if you designate for mishra kfusos, it's not fruits of shmita. That's what Rashi is going to learn. If fruits of shmita is only something that is meant for achila. If it's not meant for achila, it's not fruits of shmita. Rashi Tzukah learns, no, it is fruits of shmita, but I can enjoy it for something which I'm not achabir. I think machlekes between the two Rashis, and there's many other Rishonim on it, but this is the biggest idea in the Sugya. Going back to the Mishnah, depends what you go, you pay him either the expense or the profit. Let's say you used to sing behind Abiyabo, Kamei Davuno. Let's say Avuna Vikomar, Halacha Kevshu Vikorcho, Va'aloch Kevidu. Pascal Kevidu over here, and Pascal Kevshu Vikorcho, the Gemara is going to say in a moment, what is Kevshu Vikorcho? Adrino V'yisel Lapir, he used to turn his face, he wasn't happy with this statement. I understand why you tell me Halacha Kevshu Vikorcho. Because, you think Yochid Rabbi, you go with the Rabbi. That's why he said Kiyochid. But why Rabbi Yehuda said, the Gemara was going to say in a moment, he didn't like the fact he said Halacha Kiyochid. Same with B'shu B'korcho Mahi. What's B'shu B'korcho that we say Halacha is like him? The Tana. It says in the verse, B'shu B'korcho Yimer, Mil V'Bishtar, if a person has a Mil V'Bishtar by a Goy, and it's Yoim Eidom, it's a day of their Chag, ain't from him. You don't go to them when it's their Chag. Sorry. Right before the Chag is Rashi Tefei to him, because you don't have to be happy that he took it as loan in his Chag. He's going to go say thank you to his Avodah Zarah. Mil Baal Peh, Nifrei Me'en, Mishu Kamatz B'Yodom. If it's a loan Baal Peh, you don't trust the guy, so therefore you can go extract whatever you want. So that's what he said. That's what Shulchan Aruch said. So we want to tell me halacha is like him. Allah halacha kabiudo lamali. Why tell me halacha kabiudo machlek is like a stami? So machlek is over here. Rabbi Rameir. But later, Bo Mitzio will say like a Yehuda. Machlek is like a stam. Whenever you have machlekes and then comes a stam, the rule is halacha is stam. Where's the machlekes stam? Like Mark says. And here's one time you see the Gemara calls the Masechto in the name of the Masechto. Machlekes bibo v'kamo in our Masechto. Litzvay alodom tzor shachar shachar tzor alodom. It's quoting our Mishnah. Ramei Yoimin is what Meitzim. We give you the Meitzim, which is Shinui. If the profit is more than the expense. No, so say, given the expense, if it's so shrak, so the shrak. That's the machlekes. The stam is the next sector. The not call Mishani Yodal Tachtoino. Anybody who changes, he loses. So he says anybody who changes Yodal Tachtoino, you don't say you couldn't be Shinui. The owner can do whatever he wants. That's like a good in our Mishnah. What does it mean? Something Chamina ain't said La Mishnah. There's no order in the Mishnah. So the fact that I'm machlekes here and stam later, maybe it's not in order. For stam I can machlekes. Maybe it's stam I can machlekes. Says the Gemara, Rabbi Yosef, Yachi kol machlekes like a stomanami. Name ain't said La Mishnah. So what do you when you say we have a rule? Whenever you have machlekes then stam, halacha is like stam, but it ain't said La Mishnah. Says more say it's the Mishnah. The stam I go machlekes, maybe it's stam after machlekes. Ravuno kila mina ain't said the Mishnah. When say you don't go in order, chal mesechto. Right? You don't say ain't said the Mishnah. We don't say it in one mesechta. One mesechta there is an order. So if one Masechta have a machlekes in the beginning, it's tam later, look is tam. But two Masechtas, I don't know which Masechta was first. The fact that in our Seder Mishnah is this way doesn't mean it came first. Whoa. This, that today it's divided into three Masechtas, is really originally one big Masechta called Masechta Ziki. So therefore, it does go in order. Another reason why we rely on Bava is saying that it's a stam. It says there we know every time there's a lot of psukas, there's no discussion, just telling you the halacha, so you follow it. It says the kol mishani yodat achtoina kol chayz yodat achtoina, but you changes his mind yodat achtoina. It says like halacha psukta, so I follow it. It says more. Tonobo. Hanoisen ma'os l'shluchos. Someone gives money to his shliach. As Tosh explains over here, they have a deal. I'm giving you money, you'll go do a business, we'll split the profit. Now what happened? He gave him some instructions. Without two base and one base. The kachlo chitim told to get wheat. So the kachman, so he took barley. So he took barley, they took wheat. One Bryce says that if it decreased in value or increased in value, so it's the shtich. The shtich changed. We had a deal. You go buy wheat. You went to buy barley. So our deal is off. Whatever you make profit, it's yours. You're getting back my money and we're off. We're not partners anymore. The other price is low. Because he changed, so he loses. If you have a loss, the other guy doesn't pay for it, doesn't get for it. And if you have a profit, they split. So he points out, that's a way to get out of ribis, right? Like the guy didn't listen to you. You gave him instructions, didn't listen to you. So he's going to be punished. You're going to get part of the profit. And he's going to lose his if you have a loss, he loses it. Says the Gemara, so he changed. So that's why you still have her, you just punish you for the chisar. Who said? Only something think for himself. The Schori agrees that you don't say Shinu Koine and you're going to say like you just punish him. No, you're right, by himself. Depends if it's made for Achilo, then Shinu Koine. If it's for Schora, so then he goes to the owner, to the original guy who gave the money, if it's profitable. So they made fun of this. They didn't like this job. Why? I'll leave it there. How is it going? The guy gave money, right? So Reuben sent Shimon to do the business. Shimon goes, takes the money, gives the chitim. How did the chitim belong to Reuben? Shimon didn't listen to Reuben because we're stealing more in the moment. And Levi, the seller, never knew about Reuben. So in what way did Reuben coin it? There was no kinyan over here. You need to be involved in the sale to have a kinyan. So one second. If Reuben sends Shimon to buy wheat and he bought wheat, why does it go to Reuben? He's doing a shtichus. There, Shimon is the shtich of Reuben. So this Reuben is here. But now that Shimon changed from Reuben, so Reuben is not here. Someone did Hegdish on his nechas. He said, everything that I own, someone said, belongs to Hegdish. Person when it said, I'm giving to Beis Hamikdash my value. He doesn't have a lot of money. So he go to his property, take whatever he has. But the Gizber cannot take from the clothing of his wife. The loy b'ksus b'anon, the clothing of his children. The loy b'tzev shetzov l'shmon refers to not for clothing that he painted for them. The loy b'sadon chadash shalach l'shmon or sandals that he bought for them, even though he didn't give it to them yet. What do you mean? You're going to give the clothing that he colored for them, and he bought new painted clothing for his wife. So you can't take it from him. Why can he take it from him? Why does it belong to the wife? He wants to give to the wife. It's a beautiful thing. He wants to give to the wife. But where was the kinyan over here? Ela Mishdami and Ishtachusikavit. Kadishtadami. Ela my pshat is he bought on behalf of his wife. So he's like the shliach of his wife. So that's why it goes straight to the wife. That's why the gizmo cannot take the money from the wife. So you see from here that when you do the right thing, when the shliach is doing what he was told to do, he's going to be a shliach. Says the one, don't be your right from there. It's different. It's different. There it's because of hegdish. So hegdish depends on a person's das. So comes a guy and says, I want to be magdish by nechosim. We assume he didn't mean, even though it doesn't belong to his wife yet, he didn't mean to give hegdish whatever he's planning to give to his wife. Does the person have das to give his tefillin to hegdish? The person's magdish nechosim, they take the tefillin from him. Person is that as das and tefillin. What does he think? Mitzvah kalbina. I'm doing a mitzvah. So therefore he's thinking I can give my tefillin too. This is a mitzvah, I'll give him one mitzvah to hegdish is fine. Says more, he died to Shalodom, Ksus Ishtar Bonov, Mishumeva, but for his wife, he takes away what he promised his wife as a gift to give her, she could be upset. What about Echin? Speak about Echin. Person is married himself. A person wants to give Echin to Beis Hamikdash and he knows that maybe he doesn't have money, they'll take away his car. It doesn't make sense. If you say it depends on his das, so nobody wants to do that. And so then, that when you do Hegdish, it's as if you gave it to the wife originally. You're right. It's almost like a Takon Darabban. Mikra din really doesn't belong to the wife. But when a maintenance, it belongs to the wife. There's no right over here when someone goes and does something on behalf of somebody else, then it becomes a shliach of somebody else, and that's considered to be that somebody else is here. Says the Gemara, Torah Rabbanon. Torah Rabbanon, alukech soda b'shem chaver. Someone who buys a field on behalf of his friend, ain't koifim oisul limkor. You don't make him sell it. V'amarlo almanas koifim elisei. And if you sell it with condition, you do force it to sell it. What does that mean? My call. Oh, she's Arikol. Halukech soda mechaver b'shem yishkalusa. Comes Reuben to Shimon and says, can you buy the field for me? So why should I sell it to you? Oh, you know who my partner is? My partner is the big veer. I'm buying for my partner. Reish Galuso, the head of the king of Abisrael. You don't say the Reish Galuso, more non-sums, it belongs to Reish Galuso. You don't make Reish Galuso sell it. If you said in condition, he said, I told the Eidim, he said, everybody say, I'm not buying it for the Reish Galuso, I'm buying it for myself. I'm just using Reish Galuso as a way to get it. So then you make the Reish Galuso sell. That's the one who wants to say, who's going to do it. All of our cats started with Reish Galuso, and Kofim Otor Reish Galuso in Kur. Michal de Michikalim, actually the Reish Galuso is correct. Later, Pigil Be Maruchos, Orgim Berovo, the Ami Bechim Miyo Dio Lubal Chitim. She Krechid Bal Bais. We just learned this svar. Svar is who said when Shimon comes on behalf of Reuven to buy field from Levi, tell Levi who said how does it grow Reuven? Said Bnei Marov. So also here, how does it grow Reish Galuso? Says, well, that's not a question. In our case, he told him. He told about it. He told the Eidim. Everybody knows about Reish Galuso. So they're doing the king for Reish Galuso. Very simple. L.A. Masefu. Look at that. You want to make Reish Galuso to sell. In my Reish Galuso, says Reish Galuso, you want to use my name and then you force me to sell you a field? I don't want you to use my name to make me a chashuk, and as a seichut now you want to make me a seller. I don't want to do it. Well, how can you force me to become a seller? You bought a field on my behalf, and now you have to sell it. I need to sell it because you did al manas. That doesn't make sense. Says the Gemara, that's what he says. What he's saying is, take away Reish Galuso. Someone comes in the name of his friend, behalf of his friend, of Kuvim Odav, and koifim misamoicher limkor zimnu achisu. We don't make the seller, meaning the original seller, Reuben, let's say, Reuben goes to Shimon, buys a field, says, I'm buying on behalf of Levi. So you don't make Shimon sell the field again to Reuben. That's because I sold it to you. I thought you give it to Levi. I'm not getting it up. Right? And v'yim amaylam, now it's koifim tamoichel limkur. But if you sell now, you are koifim. What does it mean? So Rashi says like this. The guy came to, Shimon goes, the Reuben goes to Shimon and says, I want to buy a field. I'll tell you, I've been doing it on behalf of Rish Galuso. He didn't say anything else. The guy wrote in the star, Rish Galuso. He says, no, it's not for Rish Galuso, it's for me. Too late. But he came and told him originally, I'll tell you something, I'll buy it for myself. But I'm going to announce in the press, that's Rish Galuso. So everybody's going to talk about it, make a big gishpaka thing. So then you say, oh, if that's the case, if he said a condition, then he has to write two stars. One star that will be the official star that says the Rish Galuso, and one will be the real star, which will be the star of his own star. That's like a trick you do with the moicher. So one thing we'll take away from here, I have to run now, and this will get back to the next half. The idea of Bnei Barava. The Bnei Barava is, when Reuven sends Shimon to buy a field, and Shimon buys a field from Levi, if Shimon changed, that's clear, so then you say it doesn't belong to Reuven, because how did Reuven coin it? Shimon is not a shliach, and Levi doesn't know about Reuven. But if you tell Levi, so then it goes to Reuven. And what happens if Shimon is doing the shlichus Reuven? That's a discussion. The Gemara wanted to say, on one hand, to bring a raya that it works, that if I do your shlichus, it's considered to be the Reuven's here. Whereas the raya, like one doesn't bring an argument. Gemara, there's a conclusion, the Shimon considered to be a shliach of Reuven. I believe, and we'll get back to it hopefully tomorrow, Beis Hashem, the Rishonim learn that Shimon is considered to be the shliach of Reuven, as it was how many months ago, just says there's no raya from there. We'll be able to get back to this. Nachso Benishta Perek Zeh, tomorrow's daf. In the meantime, everybody should have a wonderful day. Kol Tov.